guys, so we had Arsenal 2, Brentford 0, and let me tell you, this was a much needed win after the 1-1 draw against Chelsea. We didn't play that well, but it was a we needed to perform and we needed to be professional of how we handled things because Man City's trying to put that pressure on us. So this was one of those games that we needed to win. It was a must-win game if we're serious about winning the Premier League this season. It was a makeshift squad. We had some changes like instead of Timber, we had Ben White. Instead of Saka, we had Madueke, and then Odegaard also switched, started the game as well for once after he was injured for a long period of time. So we shifted some of our squad, but overall we missed a lot of chances as well. And I say this because if we did this against the big teams, I think we could be punished. I mean, we have to take all of our chances. We have to be efficient. So the first goal was a cross from Ben White, who can't even get a game because of how Timber is playing. That shows our squad depth. And guess who heads the ball? Like I said in my previews, Mikel Merino. He's so underrated. And even he's not even a striker, and he's playing as a striker, and his headers are always insane. You give him the cross, he heads it. It's 1-0 to Arsenal. That was the start that we needed in the first half, and that kind of gave us more composure and more control in the game. Otherwise, we would have been anxious looking for a goal. And we didn't really miss Gokares because of that, because Mikel Merino has been slotting into that space. And then after us, missing a couple of chances here and there, at the end, Bukayo Saka, he came in as a sub, scored. He cut in, and then once he cut in, he went ahead and he basically did a shot against the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper spilled it, and it was 2-0, and this was at the end because Brentford were also pressuring. I mean, imagine if we tied that game. I mean, that would have been absolutely disappointing, but we made it 2-0, game, set, and match, and Bukayo really needed that goal. I mentioned this in my preview. Bukayo Saka just needs to be in the goal score sheets. He's our star boy. He deserves that to be in that spotlight and have consistent performance in games. So just by winning this is really amazing. Chelsea, they lost, so this is one of those things that we needed to put a little bit of a gap. Obviously, Man City are gonna come and play. They won yesterday against Fulham, so we needed to get away from them basically. And you know how City are at second half of the season, they'll absolutely pile that pressure on, and we want to be as ahead as possible and not bottle the league because everyone says Arsenal are the bottlers of the league, and this season we cannot do that. Our squad is so good to not to bottle this league. I know Gokares came in as well. We need Gokares to come and score. He was supposed to be our talisman, and hopefully he starts next game and he starts scoring goals. We can't just rely on Mikel Merino to give us the goals because he's not even our striker. So that's one of the things. And I forgot to mention is this is without Saliba and Gabriel, our set piece aerial presence that we had. We had Hincape and Mosquera, and I think they did pretty good because we're back to having clean sheets. I mean, we didn't have clean sheets for a while, but with Hincape and Mosquera, this is their second game together, and we had this clean sheet, and we need this for our confidence to build it up because this is a long season. Any player can get injured, and if we didn't have the depth of what we have right now, then we would have been in trouble. We could have tied this game. We could have lost this game. But just having this smart summer recruitment that we had, bringing the likes of Hincape, the Mosquera, who is a gem as well, and they can easily slot in and have a good performance, is what we need in a title-winning campaign. And now we just need to make sure that other players are not injured. Because if we have Mikel Merino or someone else injured, then who do we play up top, right? See, and I know Gokares is still coming back. So maybe in the January transfer window, I'm thinking we might need an additional reinforcement in striker because if one of those players are injured again, then we're in trouble. I know we have other players that can come in and do a shift and maybe score, but we need an out and out striker that's always ready to get those 20, 25 goals per season and get us that Premier League title that we absolutely need and want and has been for a long time. And to get this whole sense of the bottlers and all that thing out of our name. So overall, very professional performance. We need to keep this up. And in the weekend on Saturday, we have a big game against Aston Villa. And I don't know if you've been following Aston Villa, but they've been playing absolutely amazing. And I believe they're third in the league right now. And that's due to their consistent performance. They're getting the wins, and we're playing at Villa. So this has to be one of our must-win games as well if we're going to win the Premier League. I know a couple seasons ago they were the ones that stopped us from getting that Premier League title that we needed. So I think it's time for a little bit of a revenge, and it's time to put our authority and our stamp and say that we deserve to win this league. And it's against our former manager as well, Unai Emery. So we gotta make sure that he doesn't get the best of us and he doesn't say good evening and things like that, right? In press conference and says I told you so and why did you fire me and things like that. So hopefully we get a good performance, professional win against Aston Villa, and we just keep marching on because this is Christmas time. Games come thick and fast. The more wins that we get, the more distance that we have on the top of the table. We need to be top. Hopefully top by still top in Christmas. And then at the end, I wanted to say who was the man of the match? Obviously, Mikel Merino. This guy's overall performance, all-around performance is amazing. And then he comes up with the goals when you need to get the goals. That's what I like about Mikel Merino, even though he's not a striker. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this game. Who do you guys think was your man of the match? And for more Arsenal-related content just like this, don't forget to hit subscribe. Don't forget to like and also put a comment. And have a great day, guys.